Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Thursday, July 31st, 2025. Okay, let's see what the damage was. That was a tough day yesterday. I did not see that big a drop coming, and a few reasons for that. Let's start off with gold is up $30 this morning to 3,304, and silver down 55 cents, another 55 cents after over a dollar yesterday and something similar to that the day before. So down from the 39s down to the 36s, but still above the 35 support level. So we are still in that 36 to 39 range. The silver futures market, okay, 36.47 spot versus silver futures will go to September 36.66. So about a 20-cent differential to the September futures. And as you go out out further in time, those future prices increase. We'll ignore August because that month is rolling over. Gold silver ratio at a very compelling 90.33, and that is the cat wanting to get in, but I'm not going to let her in because she likes to walk all over my keyboard. Like I said, 90.33 GSR. First thing I did early this morning at 4 a.m. was buy SLV paper silver. Let's see, the 10-year Treasury 4.37. Let's get you a shorter chart. And this has been fluctuating, maybe a 5-day. It's been fluctuating between bearish and bullish, depending on what the FOMC decision was yesterday. The remarks were, what that cat is just going to drive me crazy. Hold on one second. Okay, like I was saying, what was happening yesterday was the FOMC made a decision to hold rates steady. And then in the press conference, a half an hour later, Powell was somewhat hawkish. Okay, but that is counterbalanced by the fact that for the first time in decades, there were contrarian views from the more dovish members of the FOMC. So we have kind of a split panel at the FOMC with Powell saying he sees no reason to cut rates immediately, though he is a little bit concerned about the labor market. But that is going in different directions. But probably the thing that really moved the markets and improved the outlook for the economy was the higher than expected GDP. Of course, that is just a print, and I believe that that is primarily the result of tariff calculations. Tariffs in, tariffs out. You'd have to check out the Rebel Capitalist to figure out, to understand why tariff manipulations impact GDP. So I don't think that GDP at 3% is going to stick, but the market puts on their rose-colored glasses, and they expect the economy to improve. They expect GDP, it expects GDP to stay stronger, I suppose, which would make rates higher and dollar higher. Let's go over to the dollar. And there we are at the dollar. Now it is down just 3 ticks right now, but threatening to go higher as people take rate cuts off the table. There's the dollar. It's been quite a rally. So that's part of what pulled the rug out from under gold and silver yesterday. Now, as we move on to today, today's story is a copper story. And let's just show you. Come on. Hold on one second. There is the copper story. So what's happening with copper is Trump is revising his copper tariffs. His 50% tariffs no longer apply to all copper. I've got that story on the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com, if you want to know more about that. So this is the copper story, is the removal of the tariff on many of the products that are imported. Looking at the platinum market, okay, with gold lower, there's platinum, platinum lower as well. There comes the cat jumping all over my keyboard, but at least she's not crying anymore. Let's see. So platinum is off a ton. What was it off? Like $100 yesterday, in sympathy with gold and possibly copper. Let's move on to the DBB commodity index. Now, this is interesting that they took the top off all commodities. There's an aluminum story right now that's circulating that is manipulating this market, but DBB dropped from 1945 down to, oh, wait a minute. Um, to 18. Oh, that's an aberration. There's something wrong with this chart. Anyway, the commodities index has dropped as well. I believe my purchase price on that was 19.11, but it's been as high as 1987. So copper, aluminum, silver, all and not silver, and other base metals are getting hit hard today with the removal of the tariffs. There's the cat again. Oh my God. Let's see. Trying to get this video done today. In the economic calendar, this is happening as we speak. And we have got, what is this? Wait a minute. I don't want this. Hold on. Economic calendar. There it is. Okay. It is Friday. Of course, it's the end of the month. No, this is Thursday. Of course, it's the end of the month. We had the FOMC yesterday. Everything went against us in regard to stronger GDP, potentially higher rates, and locked up Fed for rate cuts. But anyway, Thursday today, initial jobless claims. We'll have to see how that came out. I'm not looking at my TV this morning. I had to go into the den. But let's see what that did to metals on the initial jobless claims. Hold on one second. Okay, and gold still up 34, and silver still down 51. I'm going to go out and take a peek at the TV and see how initial jobless claims come in. That will impact the long rates. And let's just take a look at the long rates. The 10-year yield is now spiking up. All right, so that means there would have been fewer jobless claims if the 10-year yield likes it. And the 10-year is threatening to go higher on the basis of stronger GDP and fewer people out of work. But I'm going to go check that really quickly. Be right back. All right, the numbers just printed about 12 minutes ago, and PCE was slightly hotter than expected, the Fed's favorite inflation measure, and but unemployment claims came in much lighter than expected, continuing claims right on target. So we have a not weakening labor market, we have a higher GDP print from yesterday, and PCE is just a tad hot. So that should be raising the 10-year. Do I have the right print here on that? No, we're back to 4.33 on the 10-year. Let's see what's been going on this morning. Well, it's been all over the map. Now it looks like it wants to go lower. The US dollar, let me go ahead and reload that. And the dollar 99.84, down about 5 ticks, but still quite strong on a better than expected unemployment report. And of course, a strong economy is not the best thing for gold. So let's see what happened to gold. Did gold lose its gains? No, still up $34. So I think people think gold is too cheap down here at 3,300. Silver improving, down 46 cents. It was off, I think, even more earlier this morning when I bought the SLV. Okay, copper prices, I already did those. Let's go over to the pre-market. All right. Well, we had Microsoft blew out earnings estimates. We had other tech giants saying earnings were good, consistent again with a stronger economy. Of course, this narrative can change in a heartbeat. But anyway, right now we are right about the middle of the greed category on the Fear Greed Index. Dow futures up 92, S&P futures up 56, NASDAQ futures up 300. The AI trade is on. That's what's fueling everything, even though they're losing billions of dollars investing in AI. as reported by one major company. People are going to keep buying AI stocks, and I guess Meta, Microsoft are part of that crowd. Bitcoin is bullish this morning, as is the market, up 502 to 118,386. All right. Well, with all that said, let's get on to the deals. If you're buying, I still see no reason not to buy here. I was wrong about the magnitude of the sell-off, but we did have a couple of gut punches yesterday, which the tariff story can reverse and reverse and reverse again. I suggest you ignore it for the large part. And the GDP print, I just don't see the economy that strong. But you'll have to do what you want to do. I think silver is still in its range, and this is why with gold at 3,300, this is why people buy gold. This is why people prefer gold, because when it takes a hit, the hit will not be as big as the hit in silver. Typically, silver much more volatility, but it is definitely can pay off on the upside, as you saw recently. All right, on to the deals. Oh, let me just go on to a 1/10 Gold Eagle this morning. 1/10 Gold Eagle, 371 at Summit Metals. And you better believe people are buying gold this morning. 1/10 Gold Maple, 354 at Hero Bullion. Moving up to this deal here. Monument Metals website was down this morning, and it is back up, and this deal is back up. Are they the same price? Let's see, quarter ounce for 860. This is a quarter ounce sovereign coin for 860 compared to a quarter ounce gold eagle at 875. And a quarter ounce Krugerrand at 844. The Krugerrand, the much better deal this morning over at Bullion Exchanges if you're just buying cheap sovereign gold, and that would be a great buy. $5 commemorative is 820 over at Provident Metals. Half ounce gold eagle is 1707 at Safe Haven Metals. I'm going to point out the Buffalo, and what I want you to realize is what I try to do is find brilliant uncirculated coins to keep a common measuring unit between all these coins. You will find these coins cheaper when they're in circulated condition. Almost circulated condition, slightly used condition. So yes, you can find Buffaloes cheaper, but they will not be brilliant uncirculated. Cheapest one I can find at Summit Metals this morning is 1407. Backing up to the half ounce Krugerrand, if I didn't do that, 1689 at Bullion Exchanges. 1 ounce gold eagle, 3380 at Safe Haven Metals. Bullion Exchanges sold out. The big proof gold set is 6257, 1.85 ounces of U.S. proof gold right there. The Britannias and the Maples have been kind of pricey lately, so let's go on to a Krugerrand. 3354 at Safe Haven Metals, and that is a BU, I believe. Yeah, that's CSBU down here. Always click the additional information. And I suggest any company that does not indicate brilliant uncirculated. You may, if when they have these generic listings that don't even indicate the condition of the coin, that may be a company you don't want to shop at. All right, even if they don't put it in the title, which is my bugaboo, if they're not indicating the condition of the coin, I think you should click away and find a company that is more reputable. And if they're selling you a circulated coin a little cheaper than a brilliant uncirculated coin, then you could be getting ripped off, and they may be counting on the fact that you're not checking. Okay, this is a circulated franc. It'll be kind of beat up. 20 franc, 625 at BGASC, known for their beat up coins. A 0.2354 sovereign is 782 at Bullion Exchanges. And I didn't check the 1 ounce gold in assay. There's another one that has sold out over at Bullion Exchanges. Platinum is just so much cheaper, it's ridiculous. If you were looking for an entry point into platinum, 1435 for a Platinum Eagle, a discontinued collectible coin. If you're looking for a circulated platinum, 1420. You can find messed up platinum at like 1380 or so. So you could get these cheaper if you didn't want to be you. I'm sorry. No, scratch that. This one is circulated as well. Um, I think, yeah, this one is circulated. Scratch that, scratch that. The cheaper listing this morning was out of stock. 1420 for circulated sovereign platinum. Platinum 1 ounce bar is 1416 in assay. Oh, that sounds like not a bad deal right there if you're buying platinum, if you still believe. Let's get on to the Silver Eagles. Silver Eagles are 39.65 at bullion exchanges. Good deal there. Culls are 39.88. They raised their price in the last half hour. Green light is still on. We are still well above the 35. I do think, as I said a few days ago, we are in a range here between 36 and 39. We're now at the lower end of the range. They did blow up the copper chart. I will admit that. So we may not be getting a tailwind from copper, from commodities for a little while, but silver is still holding strong. The GSR up at 90, was it? Was it 90? Yeah, it was like 90. Still says silver is the buy, and there are no significant ETF outflows in the SLV. Investors have said it and they're going to forget it, and I think they're only going to be buying more silver over time, paper silver, physical silver, etc. This morning, okay, Sacagawea Gold is coming out. I think it's a two thumbs up winner, and I suggest you buy one. Not financial advice. You do what you want to do with your hard-earned money. But I mean, here we have and gold price coming down brought down the price of the half ounce of gold here to 21.75. No, it's not an overpriced Superman coin. This is a low mintage historic coin. The melt on this is 43.50. So gold sitting at 3,300. You're paying 43.50 an ounce for a collectible half ounce gold piece, historic gold piece here with a mintage of $7,500. I do think dealers will be buying this, and I do think it will carry a hefty aftermarket premium if you play in the gold market. But if you have no way to sell it, then or you don't want to sell it, then you're just holding it for posterity. I think the fact that it is not indicated 999 gold is more makes it more of an oddity. I actually think it makes it more collectible, but people are got their panties in a knot over that, and that's the kind of those are the kind of stories that stop people from buying stuff. When in reality, this will be gone in a couple days. So pick that up if you agree with me. I'll be trying to get two if I can. And here is the copper story. I'll let you click on this about the machinations in the copper tariffs. I thought Trump was serious about the 50% copper tariff to try to bring back copper mining, etc., to the United States. But he's more interested in creating production, industrial production in the United States. So now he's got a bifurcation between raw copper and copper elements. You'll have to read the story to figure out more about that. But basically, it was tariffs on, copper rallies, tariffs off, copper crashes, and then what happens next? I don't know. Now he's working on aluminum, and he already did steel, and no mention of silver. So maybe a good part of that copper rally was the tariff story. I have to admit that. Okay, let's do a silver maple. 38.79 at bullion exchanges. A kangaroo is 39.56 at Hero Bullion. A Britannia is 39.76 at Hero Bullion. A Krugerrand is 39.23 at Monument Metals, all BU coins. The Philharmonic is now out of stock at bullion exchanges. Notice how the cheapest of the cheap sovereign silver is gone. Oh, here's one for 38.65. What is that? No, 39.55. So the ones that were cheaper were the random date. Now they've got the 25s at 39.55. But people buying the cheap silver and the cheap gold for sure. Libertads are getting more expensive. There's a story circulating, maybe a rumor that Mexico won't be minting any or not, or some, or I don't know. There's some rumors circulating around Libertads right now, and Mexico may curtail production. Perhaps that's real, perhaps it's not. All right, and Army Privy, you can still get them. I suggest you do. Laser Privy is going to have a mintage of 100,000, so you consider that coin as well. Superman, the 1 ounce coin, is kind of a dud and too expensive. I do like the 2.5 ounce, but still about 8,000 of those in stock. And the gold is too expensive for me, but only about 2,000 of those in stock as we speak. I think the gold will sell out. I think the 2.5 ounce will sell out as well. The 1 ounce, I think they'll just make it till the cows come home. All right, let's go to a 1 ounce gold bar is 33.59 on Costco. About 3,200 out the door, 32 and change out the door. They haven't dropped the price on the silver bar, but I think they will. On Costco, you need an executive club membership and a 2% rebate credit card to score those big savings. Let's keep going. I got to ignore the cat for now. And junk is cheaper than ever, 26.28 times face for dimes over at Hero, and the bigger lots are even cheaper at 25.85 times face for a $100 face bag at Bullion Exchanges. The half-ounce round is under $20 now, the Sunshine Mint round. In a quantity of 20, buffaloes are $37.90. Gotta love those prices. Or hate them if you were hoping the rally would continue. I was just joking around recently. Is 40 the new 50? No, I don't think so. We're going to take a few stabs at 40, in my opinion. Okay, in a quantity of 20 over at Bullion Exchanges, 37.66. They look like secondary market rounds to me, but 37 handle, not bad. Silver below spot is probably all going to be junk. Yeah, it's the same junk I already showed you at Bullion Exchanges. At Golden State Mint, you can get a 1 ounce buffalo for 30. I hate these pop-ups. And nobody ever wins that crap. Those contests. I've never known a single person stacking for over a decade, and knowing most people in the stacking community, I've never known a single person that's ever won one of those giveaway deals. Let's see. We got Buffaloes, 37.97 at Golden State Mint. I believe that's any quantity pricing. And the Goose, is he under $40 now? He is, under $40 an ounce for that 2 ounce Goose. If you want to cough up the money for that, they must be having a little bit of a hard time selling those unlimited mintage on that. A kilo, I did forget to check this morning, and the kilos, they were cheap, and now they are thinking out of stock. Sorry about that. Should have checked it. Let's keep going to eBay. All right, we're going to try to find some deals. I don't know if the sellers are adjusting their prices, but let's hit Silver Eagles and see if we can steal some Silver Eagles. And we have got culls for under 40, probably under 39 out the door. Let's find some BUs if we're going to have to pay up. Here is a roll of 2016's mid-size seller, 100% feedback. It's a good deal at 41 a coin. That'd be under 40 out the door. Actually, Bullion Exchanges was in the 39s as well. So no help there. We have to go to a larger lot. I guess maybe we won't find Eagles. Here we have BU Eagles 40.50. That'd be about 39.30 out the door. That's probably about a push with Bullion Exchanges. Okay, we're not scoring the Eagles this morning. Let's do the rotation. And 25 Maples as cheap as $9.97. I like that. 25 Britannias as cheap as $9.97. I like that. Kangaroos as cheap as 1,006, and Krugerrands as cheap as 1,010. Let's check the price on $9.97 for 25. For this, I want you to have a 3% rebate credit card. Links on my website. $9.97. Look how, boy, we were off the chart a few days ago, and now we're all the way back up here. That'd be about $38.50 out the. That'd be about $38.50 out the door. Put you at about $2 over spot. $38.50 compared to the dealer's best price. $38.50 for those Maples compared to the dealer's best price on Maples was $38.83. Probably save about 30 cents on your Maples. Actually, in a tube of 25, 38.53. No, that's a push. My mistake. All right, eBay, you're not coming through this morning. You're going to have to do better than that. How about junk? People scared. Now they're selling it for $3 back a spot on a lower spot price. Here we have 273. We'll go to the big dealer. 27.6, about 26.8 out the door. That looks like a push as well. Let's do the Mercs. Mercs are 27 of 26 and change out the door. That's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, okay. Not a bad day to buy Mercs. Let's see, that would be about 85 cents off. It'd be about 26.17 times face. 26.17 times face is going to get you a melt of about 36.70. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Did I lose it? I lost it. Right there. Mercs. Save $10 if you buy multiples. Good day to buy Mercs, guys. If you're buying, I mean, I'm not telling you to buy. I'm just saying, whoa. If I want to have silver. I want to have junk for when this market reverses and it garners a premium again. And I want to have Mercs for some numismatic value. I want to have them with the dates. This better be a full date. Let's see. They are circulated and doesn't say anything. Vary in quality. Some are heavily circulated condition, maybe lightly circulated. Coins will not have holes or be bent. Okay, so they're not culls, they're not slicks. All right, so that's a good damn deal on Mercs. Take advantage of the lower premium on junk. Take advantage of the dip in spot. All right, finally found something worth looking at. Maybe I should just move on to the gold, huh? I don't know. Let's check a kilo. A kilo is going for $12.24, under $1,200 out the door. If you want to buy that with your 3% rebate credit card. Here's a vintage bar. This is a very old Academy bar. What's odd about this, I've never seen an Academy bar without a weight. It's 999 silver, and obviously this gentleman has weighed it. It weighs in at 5.77, but I think that's an error bar. Anyway, $4.70 for that, or best offer, and it's only 5.7 ounces. But that would be a real oddity, I think. Maybe you've seen one of those. I never have. Okay, let's skip the kooks. They've been a good deal as well. Let's do 1 ounce rounds. We can get those out the door at about $36.50, right about spot. Let's check the 20 ounce lot. We can get those for $38.40, $37.40. The big lot is going to be cheaper than the small lot. 100 ounce bar, if you're going big, go for a big boy. Buck the trend, right? If you're not buying when it's dropping, when are you buying? $37.60, about $36.60 out the door for a 100 ounce bar. Maybe you find something you like here. Nothing wrong with 100 ounce bars. People are buying them. LCSs are buying them. $38.49, $37.49 for an Engelhard out the door. Yeah, okay. Maybe you just get the cheap 100 ounce, but you probably want to get the 100 1 ounce rounds, or better yet, those Mercs, all at about the same price. Let's see, and moving on to, I don't know, what's 23 Platinum Eagle going for? $15.99, hasn't gone down that much. That is the 2023 though, which I was tracking. I would have to dig into that further. That is the most expensive last year of production. Well, actually, some older years are expensive as well. Hold on 1 second. All right, if you came for the gold, let's go ahead and do it. 1 gram gold this morning is, let's see, 119, and then minus about $4 with a good credit card. Let's do the 1/10 Gold Eagle, as cheap as $370 minus about $10, about $360 out the door for a 1/10 Gold Eagle. Let's do the 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle. 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle is not an Indian. $6.89, is that for real? One feedback seller. We don't buy from one feedback sellers. 881, are those BU? BGASC. Let's see, are they going to tell us? They are, oh, God, they drive me crazy. BU. Or occasionally proof. Okay, that's a BU listing. They don't bother to tell you that. Maybe that's to your advantage this time. 881 times about 30 minus about 30 bucks, about 853. 853 versus the dealer quarter ounce gold eagle if you're going first class this morning. 853 versus a quarter ounce gold eagle of, what's their price? 875. You're gonna save like 20 bucks a coin on those gold eagles. Very, very nice right there. I know you guys are taking advantage of that if you like the quarter ounce gold eagle. If you can get them with a low premium, I mean, there's nothing better. If you're paying up for it, I disagree. Let's do a random 1 ounce gold. Let's see if we can score in here. You want a gold ring? Ooh, we've got a 1/10. Wow, he's really priced that high. Forget that. You don't want jewelry grade. I mean, if you're just buying the worst of the worst, that would be jewelry grade. Let's get to a real 1 ounce gold eagle and BU if we can find it. And I guess I'm doing random gold here. What am I doing? Got lost. Here we have random mint 34.24. That one would be about $110 off. 33.14, right around spot on this deal here. Are they circulated? Yeah, they look like they might be circulated. Let's see, they are circulated, so they'll have some wear on them, but they will be sovereign. And this is from bullion.com. And what else do they want to tell you? Any coupon codes or anything? Nope, don't know about that. What's this right here? Ooh, Proof Buffalo. And he wants 3,600. He'll take a best offer. I don't know. Nah, forget that. Let's keep going. Let's go to the Buffaloes. Maybe we can get a deal on a BU Buffalo. 3504 for a BU Buffalo. That'll be under 3,400. That'll beat the dealer. If you're looking for a Buffalo, beat the dealer by a little bit, not a lot. Cheapest Krugerrand, hard to beat the dealer on this one. Let's see, 34.39, about 33.20, right around spot on a Krugerrand. And the Tudor Beast, have they dropped the price on those? Quarter ounce Tudor Beast, 892 minus about 30 bucks, about 860 on a Tudor Beast. $5 commemorative, drop that price, 843. I'll let you do the math on that. I'd like it to be cheaper. How about a 20 franc? Let's get a nice 20 franc here. Average circulated, that won't be that nice. Let's see, average circulated, $4 more. This one is extra fine AU. Ooh, what's that? Napoleon? Louis Philippe. Wow, that dude's got some hair, don't he? Yeah, man, look at that. He's even got his sideburns curled there. Probably had a personal curling girl. Let's see. There's a Helvetia. Oh, there you go, 661. You see if you like that. I don't know. All right, the Big Daddy Gold ought to be pretty damn cheap this morning. This is an AUBU, which is okie dokie, 41.33. We'll do the math on this. You may want to buy this. 41.33 divided by 1.219 or something, 5, I don't know. 3401 times 0.97. If you have that PayPal credit card or the American Express Everyday Cash, links on my website, you can get that out the door under melt for a 50 peso, guys. Woo, very nice, very nice. Oh, I love these prices today. I mean, they did kind of decimate my portfolio of miners, but I'm adding to my miners. Let's go back and check spot price here really quickly, see if there's any change. I do think that silver is cheap this morning, and gold is also a buy. Gold's still up 30 bucks, And silver now down 35 cents. All right, already making money. Let's keep going here. But that Sacagawea coin is the way you're really going to make money. Here's some stuff in my eBay store. If you want to ask me for a friend discount, feel free. I haven't dropped any of the prices though. Let's see. Precious Metals Verifier, that's cool. A Food Saver, that's cool. If you buy any of this stuff, I suggest you click my links. That's what keeps my website running and the chat room going and pays all the expenses. I pay quite a bit of money for subscriptions to different services to try to give you good information to the best of my abilities. Here's the Devil Forge if you want to buy one of those to melt those big bars. The Amex card I love, the PayPal card I love, the Quicksilver card from Capital One I love, and the Saver card I love at the grocery store. Okay, and moving on, I won't even do the picks of the day. I got to wrap it up here. If you like what you're seeing and you don't hate me too much for missing the big drop, then give me a thumbs up. Share it on social media. If your friends are paying too much for silver and gold, might as well get the best price. That way, when things fall, you don't get hurt as bad. And subscribe if you want to see more. Join the membership channel if you want to be part of the inner circle. And what was the other thing? You can always buy me a cup of coffee. The links are on the website, etc. Thanks so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy hunting out there. I think it's a good day to buy. Bye.